focus on that plastered tail.
There we go.
So we have the plastered tail. She wants to get up to the front of the yard. She is very afraid of the backyard. So we're not gonna let her get up there. See, she's just like, oh God, I gotta get up there. But a little pressure, because I want her to be back here where it's uncomfortable. And then that's when we're gonna see how long it takes for her to kind of unwind in this scary place. And she may not unwind, right? So she might come home with really great skills, and then you'll have to deal with her still being afraid. And then that's when you're gonna have to say, like, it's like tapping her on the shoulder and saying, hey, remember what you learned, let's go. And you're gonna have to show her, because there are all these so I'm not gonna let her sit. There's all these old associations with you guys at your home, on the canal, and on the places that she's been, even in your car. Like there was an episode yesterday, I opened my car door and she bolted in the car and was just like trying to get to the back seat so she could hide from the world. It was insane. It wasn't even like, I didn't even invite her in the car. So she's in that flight or fight mode all the time. It's just gonna retreat and run all the time. Your job, especially when you get home, you have double the work. You have to push through old associations in your environment and old relationship associations that you guys should be working on right now. So your homework assignment, Mick and Christine, is this. I want you to start looking at your relationship and asking, where is it toxic? Where is this relationship toxic? And the one thing I will tell you right now, and this will take some time for you to wrap your head around, and you might reject it at first, but for you to take her to work every day is absolutely a toxic situation. You guys should not be together all the time, every day, every night. She needs separation from you. She needs to develop independence. She should be at home crated. It's not harmful to her. Remember, dogs are den animals. She is being conditioned here during training to be in the crate for long periods of time. She absolutely has the bowel and bladder for it. It's not dangerous. It's not harming her. It's not, sad for her. It's a way of life for dogs, and it's a natural way of life to be in a den-like situation, and that is the crate. So I'm suggesting that over you bringing her with you all the time, because I feel like she's always in a fear state one way or the other, and so whatever you're doing, you're more than likely reinforcing the fear. Not on purpose, it's just because you don't know. So you've got to break that, you got to cut the umbilical cord. No more palling around all the time. It needs to become a thing, a privilege later down the road, once she is much better and you guys can actually have a normal life with her. So I'm going to keep moving, so just keep following me. So that's the first thing that I'm going to suggest for you guys. The other thing is, of course, initially the first 30 days you're going to go through a detox where there's no sofa time, no couch time, no up on the bed or anything like that. I want you to do more of tough love with her. Think of it like you're taking the keys away from your teenager after he got a speeding ticket and crashed your car. So it's like, you know what? We need to set some really firm boundaries. We need you to do these things for the next 30, 60, 90 days, and then we'll see about this other stuff about, like, all the freebie privileges that you had before. And once you start to see a more courageous girl who's able to make good decisions when she's typically afraid, and when she will actually focus on you and listen to you and trust you when she's afraid, then you can open up the discussion of, hey, maybe we could give her one of those privileges back. Maybe she could come to the office once a week or once a month. Maybe start off with once every other week and then see how it goes. But anytime something is all of the time, it's not a good thing. And then also, the last thing I'll leave you with for right now is look at other areas of your relationship with her, because I'm sure there are places where it's a little bit toxic, and this is what's feeding the fear. So go back and see, have you been talking to her, petting her, reinforcing things, telling her it's okay? Do you touch her when she's in a fear state? All these things, like, just remember, instead of telling her it's okay, you need to make her stand in it, and you're there for her, but you make her stand in it. Like, literally, one thing that she'll do, make her sit in it. And this is why I sort of make a pun here, sort of, because it's not really funny, but it's my way of trying to be funny. Have her do a sit in somewhere where she's a little fearful, and then you make her stay there, because her little default right now is to come up and Velcro herself to me, or actually go between my legs and kind of plant herself there. And it's like, no way. For the last few days, I've been making her hang out here where it's uncomfortable, because that will, over time, make her more courageous, and that's what we're trying to do. So I might have said it earlier, it's like you're taking your kindergartner up to school, up the steps for the first time. You got to let go of the hand. You've got to let this girl, you've got to let go of her and let her become all that she can be. And that is hard work for her. No, sit. And that is also hard work for you, but it takes, you guys are going to have to take stock and really evaluate your relationship and say, okay, are we coddling? Are we babying her too much? Where are those areas? That's your homework. Identify those areas and start to see like how else you can better serve her. And of course, I'm going to help you, know what to do there, is by providing her structure, holding her accountable in situations like this. She's fine. She's not falling apart here. She's very uncomfortable, but she's not falling apart. But it's in the structure. And then the last thing that I'll say, and I'll leave it at this, I want you to start crating her at night too. I do not want you having to be awakened in the middle of the night for her to take you out and go to the bathroom and then only to drag you back in because she's afraid. I think you gave a scenario like that, and I'll just give you my little scenario with her. As soon as I take her outside for the last potty of the night when it's pitch black outside, I can barely get her to pee. And I know she's good, like I know her bowel and bladder habits, and so I know she doesn't have to go, but my point is this, don't let her dictate when she gets to go out. You guys reclaim everything, like become the permission-based household. Like, I give you permission to eat and drink, to poo and pee, and to go in your crate, and to join me on my, at work, and to go on a walk on the canal or whatever else it is. Those are the things, like everything should be permission-based by you, because you are the parents, you know what's best for her, and that is why she's gone through training, and that's why, since you are the parents, you have some tough decisions to make. They're not comfortable, they're not supposed to be, but remember, you are helping her become courageous, and in that, you guys have to be a little more courageous, because you gotta face what has gone wrong here, right? So that's kind of it for now, and hope you guys have a good rest of the day.